It's hard, isn't it? Because especially when you have more than one car, it's like, how often can you drive them? Where can you take them?
Yeah. I take my Passat out just for the sake of it, because it sits there otherwise.
It's like stress relief. It makes you smile, right?
It does. I love it. I love it.
Definitely.
Exactly. I mean, there's only so many wanks you can have in a day. So go out in that new car. Yeah?
Yeah.
42, is that your record?
That's it, yeah. Other than that, I get beat.
Yeah.
It's the magic number.
Yeah. You run out just powder.
That's it.
I've completely gone off kilter with what we're talking about now.
Masturbating in the car. No, I'm going to follow you up.
All right.
Because I want to put some miles on the car, because I haven't driven it since September.
No problem. Yeah.
And I feel bad for getting it out. I'm not going to wash it.
No. It's winter. Who washes cars in winter?
Not me.
There's no point wishing the washing. There's no point washing a car in winter, because you drive down the road and it's filthy again.
Cars are to be driven.
Yes.
All right, so maybe we'll see you in the future. We've got a swap meet coming up. I've got a couple of bits to do in the Chevy if you want to come over.
Yep.
Have an expert mechanic. You bring one of your world famous hammers and a pair of shorts.
Yeah, I'll do that. Cool. I'll do that. Hammers and shorts.
Fix my little cap that we found on the road.
Yes.
Some glue.
Just a bit of glue, but that's the extent of my mechanical knowledge, I think. Gluing and hammering.
That's it.
That's what we need.
And then I'll follow you back up to Owsley, see if I can find these.
Don't tell them where I live. The stalkers will be after me. All the stalkers.
You said you lived in Owsley in a million videos.
No, I'm joking. Right. Okay.
Yeah, we're currently
There's a lot of crap in here.
Mayfair.
Are we?
No, we're not.
I don't know where we are. We're in. Where are we?
Walmer Green.
Walmer Green. We're at.
Oh my God! I saw this. I thought you had a bottle of Malibu in your car.
No, that's whatever's on that side is from my missus, and whatever's on this side is from me. And there's a lot of.
How was the Boxing Day show? You went to a Boxing Day car show, didn't you?
Oh yeah, no, it was alright. Have you not watched the video? I thought you was a fan.
I did watch the video, but it didn't look all that inspiring. It looked really foggy and muddy.
It's because I used the GoPro and it was really cloudy, and it just didn't pick up any good quality video because it was so cloudy.
Sort of tractor, Land Rover.
Yeah, no, it was
Land
pretty
Rover.
much tractor, Land Rover, Land Rover tractor, and I think there was a Land Rover, and then on the other side there was a few old cars.
Okay.
Other than that, I smacked my front skirt getting up the curb. There's a lot of lowered cars, but you had to drive up a curb in the mud to get onto the show. So
there was one yesterday called the Cold Turkey Run. It was in Cromer in Norfolk.
Right.
So I said to the missus, "Do you want to go?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Because I've got to get the car out next day for Neil anyway."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh," she goes, "Where is it?" I said, "I don't know. I look, but we just go, right?" It's Cromer in Norfolk. It's 2.5 hours away on the beach, and it's going to be foggy. She's like, "Absolutely not. Put the car away." That was it.
Fair enough.
But I think that was mainly hot rods, but there was a few of them down there.
Yeah,
There's about 100 drove down there.
Oh.
We're doing a thing later in the year.
Yeah.
If you fancy it, I think it's May the 26th, where we're driving to Cornwall.
Right.
And we've got a week in Cornwall with hot rods.
That sounds good. I better get a hot rod.
Or meet us down there.
Yeah, I'll just meet you down there.
Just jump in the back.
I probably won't trust a Passat for that trip. Unless I can get the clutch. Actually, if I can get to be fair, if I can get a clutch that freaking works, the rest of the car is perfect. It's just the clutch that's the problem. So
better get a clutch in.
I better get a clutch sorted. I better get.
Do you even know where to get one from?
Yeah, I can get a clutch. It's a stage 3 racing clutch I need. It's like a 3 paddle clutch instead of a disc. Apparently they're really hard to push. Like the springs. So that's what I need apparently, because I need a stronger spring and 3 paddles.
Do you reckon that's going to destroy the driving experience because you've got to work so hard? You're going to end up with one like really strong leg.
Oh, my legs are like tree trunks anyway. No, I think it'll be fine. I think you get used to it like any car. I've driven worse. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure.
What's the worst car you've driven?
Ooh, worst car I've driven or owned?
Owned.
Mach 3 Escort.
Yeah.
1.3.
I had a 1.3 Mark III Escort.
Yeah.
Sold it to a mate of mine, who then drove it through his front door. He was dicking about with it on his drive.
Right.
Leant through the window, started it up. It was in gear, and literally drove it into the front of his house. It was in his living room. I was like, holy shit!
Jesus Christ! No, I painted mine. I was about 19, and I painted it exactly like Starsky and Hutch.
Wow.
It was already red.
Wow.
I put the stripe on it, and it had a 15-inch sub in the boot.
Very cool.
Mark III Escort, 15-inch sub in the boot, and a Starsky and Hutch stripe on the side of it.
Man.
It turned so many heads, but I'm not sure if it was for the right reasons. but I felt cool.
I had an MG ZR or ZT, the little MG.
Yeah, yeah.
The ones that are based on the Rover 25s.
Okay,
with
yeah.
a K series engine, and for like 3 days it was great, and then it was the worst car. It kept in a head gasket every day, something different would break or fall apart. I fucking hated that thing. I ended up giving it away to the scrap man. I just wanted it gone out of my life.
Oh my god. No, I've had some serious what was that? The Fit X19 I had, I loved that. You know what a Fit X19
yeah.
I loved, but at the age of 22, I painted satin. I was the only one back in the day that done a satin black car. No one else was doing it back.
So that's where that come from. That was come from
maybe
you.
it was from me. Yeah,
you started all that off.
I'd done a satin black X19, and I removed the hideous, huge front bumper.
Yeah. Without
realising that the reason that front bumper was so big and weighted was for a reason, which I found out after, was the fact that it helps the car brake, because it puts weight on the front wheels because it's a rear engine car. So when you're braking from about 60 miles an hour, the car just skips like a skimming stone on a lake. And I learnt this lesson. I came flying up a road called Wadden Way in Bletchley, and I was being a bit of a boy racer, and there was a whole pub garden full of women and blokes having a drink, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna floor it. And there's a little mini roundabout, and a car just turned in, and I thought, oh, I want to be a boy racer, I want to go around the back of him. So I went round the back of him, and then a car reversed out of the drive in front of me, and I had a split second to think, bus stop full of pensioners or the pole in front of me. So I aimed for the pole, knocked the pole down. The entire pub stood up and roared like, yeah. It was like a Mexican wave that I just written my car off, and I'm sat there and I'm thinking, oh my god, I've just ruined my X19, I've got to try and get it out of here. And then suddenly it occurred to me, my engine's still running, it's rear engine, it's fine. So I reversed off the pole, drove home, and there was literally a V shape right in the front of the car, from there to almost the windscreen, just a V.
Wow.
Yeah.
You write it off, or did you fix it?
No, there was no fixing it. There was no fixing it. But and that was the end of my X19.
Wow.
And my pride.
What's the car that you've had, sold, and regretted selling?
My T4, the one that's been on the channel. I regret selling that. I had a Volvo 850 T5R.
Oh, okay, the quick one.
The quick one, and I had it up to 501 horsepower. I'll show you. Let's see it on camera. I had this thing. Bear with us. In my old cars, where is it? My old cars.
Man, that's a lot of Asian porn.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. No, it's not all Asian. That was it there.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? Where's the dyno readout? Oh, I've had an Evo and all the stuff like that.
Never had anything Japanese.
My old Mark 1 Astra GT. Where's the dyno reading? Here it is. Here's the engine.
Yeah.
I spent all the money on, and there was my.
Wow! Holy shit!
501 horsepower, and it used to destroy Skyline's Evos. They used to come up next to me, and I had the loudest dump valve you could possibly buy. It was called a DB36 by Bailey. Is it Bailey's?
I've never had a dump valve.
And it was so loud it had a trumpet on the side, and I used to go past people on push bikes, and they nearly used to fall off. But then the gearbox literally melted.
So I have another hot rod, which looks really cool, right? There you go. If you can, I'll send a picture anyway, you put it up. So we had that dyno at a show, and we all had a bet to see how many horsepower that's got. Right, so it's a Rover V8, 3.5 litre Rover V8.
Yeah.
Makes loads of noise, sounds really aggressive, sounds really mean. How many horsepower do you think it's got?
Was it Rover V8?
Yeah.
Stock? 140.
No.
What?
74.
Really? Rover V8? Oh wow. There's
like nothing to it, but it is a fiberglass top, so it's literally the engine in the seat.
It weighs nothing.
It's a fun car to drive, but it's got no power.
Oh wow.
I had a Daimler DS420 hearse.
Yeah.
And like a lead sled before I could afford an American car, because I kind of think they really look like an American car. You used to put the disco in the back. Yeah. And I sold that, and it got bang racing. I'll always regret selling that.
Oh really?
Should have just kept it, man. It was just the coolest thing in the world, but it didn't owe me any money. It needed some welding and and it just.
One of my cars that I regret, and it was my favourite car to this day, was a Mark 1. I'll post a picture up here. It was a Mark 1 Astra GTE in black.
I just don't get the Vauxhall thing.
I was 20. I was 20. I was 22. It was a Mark 1. They're worth so much money now. It was a Mark 1 Astra GTE Mark 1, and it had the rare Ermstär front twin headlight conversion on it, and I had it stored in my mum's garage for 7 years after I got married and moved out. And one day I went back and I thought, I'm going to restore this car. I took it all the way to my new garage where I was living, where I was married, and I thought, right, first things first, take the front wings off, see what it's like underneath. And it was immaculate when I stored it, right? And the bulkhead was so rotten the car was about to fold in half.
No way.
Literally, if I'd have jumped in the car, it would have just done that. It was rotted out that much in a dry garage for over 7 years. So
Vauxhall for you.
I sold it for 500 quid.
So I nearly brought a Chevette.
Oh right.
Because they were going, it was 150 quid.
Yeah.
It was like powder blue Chevette.
Yeah.
This is about 8 years ago for 150 quid, and I was like, I like
Chevettes. I like them.
It was like the 2-door one. It was. I don't know. It's just something about. See, I always had like Triumphs. I had a Morris 1800,
right? Land
Crab, hydroelastic suspension. I let all the fluid out, so it looked like a lowrider.
Yeah.
That was cool. Used to get tugged by the police and that all the time. But yeah.
Yeah, I've chopped a few springs in my time. A lot of cars. I've chopped a few springs in my time. It's like, buy the lowering kit or just
chop the springs.
Chop the spring. Yeah, they do it in America all the time. Why can't I do it on a Golf?
And did you get the dink dink when you move around?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's standard, that is. But now it's all about coilovers, isn't it? They're cheap as eBay coilovers you can get for everything now, can't you?
Yep. Well, you can't get them from my Chevy.
No, but you don't need it for that, do you?
Because they had leaf springs. So when we used to lower the leaf springs, we used to take a leaf out of the spring so it bends.
So it just bends.
Or we used to get lowering blocks. We used to mount the axle above the spring and put a block in between, so the spring hang lower. Yeah.
I was actually looking at doing that for my caravan. Don't know if you've seen my caravan.
Yeah, you've got Freedom or something.
Yeah, a little Freedom microlight thing. It's tiny, but it's so big inside. Proper retro looking thing, but it's on leaf springs. And so I want to get some blocks for it, and I want to slam my. That's another thing I'm going to do in a video. This year I will be building the interior of my retro caravan, and I'm going to be slamming it on its arse. So I want a slammed caravan. Cool. That's what I'm going to be doing.
We could just stick it on airbags and then run like an airline out, so you can go down and up.
I thought about that. I did think about doing air on it, but I could do air on it, to be fair. But I'd be a bit jealous of the caravan if my caravan had air ride and my car didn't, to be honest.
Slammed caravan sounds fun.
Yeah.
How are you going to level it up and stuff though? You're going to have to jack it up to drop the legs.
I don't know. I've not thought about far ahead. Maybe I'll add the legs down the height I like them, and then once I get to a show or where I'm camping, I just drop the air suspension onto the legs.
Yeah, perfect.
Job's a good one.
Slam the caravan. Yeah. Someone's done that though, right? I've seen the slam caravan in Belgium.
I've seen my caravan I've got slammed. Yeah? Yeah, but I'm going to have to cut some tubs out, and I want to put some big hot rod wheels on it as well. I want the wheels to go up into the body.
But haven't they got like a weird stub pattern on the Freedoms? They're like a 100E stub pattern. They're like a wide 4, aren't they?
No, not on mine. Mine's like a 4... It's what is it? It's 4.8. Is it? No. It's 4 by 108 or something. I think it is 4 by 108.
Yeah, it's like a Ford 100E pattern, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
They used to be.
I know people have put mini lights on them and stuff, but you can buy adapters for anything now. And I need to bring the wheels out anyway.
Wall face. Slots.
Yeah. I would like slots actually. I had slots on the Beetle. Anyway, right. This has been car talk.
Sorry,
this has been car talk. That could be a different video.
Taking up too much of your valuable time.
That could literally be a separate video.
Could be, yeah.
Car talk
down memory lane.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I still had my hearse. That was the coolest thing. Could sleep in that now.
Hearse. My first ever camper that I slept in was that Passat when I owned it 20 years ago.
Yeah?
And I put curtains in the back. When the back seats fold down, it's the exact size of a double bed.
Wow.
So I actually fitted curtains in it and everything.
So why are you macking about the caravan? Why aren't you sleeping in that then?
Because it was fucking freezing.
So I have 2 caravans that I take to the show. One that's a nice modern caravan with a shower and everything, keep the missus. And I have a retro pop-up caravan, which I'm desperately trying to get rid of.
I know you tried to sell me it.
I did.
He tried to sell me his caravan. It was alright. It's quite a cool caravan, to be fair.
Needs to go. It just lives at the side of my house, causing me pain.
Yes. Yeah, we came to see it, didn't we? And it was nice. We thought it was really cool, but Catherine was like, "Seems a lot of work to put that up." And I was like, "Yeah, it does."
It is. I like to roll up and have the kettle already boiling.
I've done the folding caravan thing. I'm happy with my little caravan. Although I do actually think my current caravan is the reason I've got so much damage to my clutch and my Passat.
Because you're towing it with the Passat.
I towed the caravan with the Passat, and around the time the clutch started having problems was around the time I did a launch with the caravan attached.
Oh, I would imagine that's not designed for that.
No, I was pulling onto the M1 at full speed.
Was you racing someone?
No, I just thought
bored.
I just bored, and I was like, let's see. I was like, I wonder if this can pull this at full boost, and it did. It went full boost, and this caravan was just flying behind us. But then I started having clutch problems afterwards, and I realised that might have been the reason the clutches.
Yeah, man. I would imagine that's it.
So yeah, but anyway, right. I need to get back and edit this video and put it out.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, buy the merch, and all that jazz.
All that bollocks. Right. Happy days.
See you later.
I'll see you in the next one, people.
Bye.